Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. With Modern Warfare 2, obviously we know of a lot of the gameplay updates by now that we've seen via different reveals, via the beta, of course, changes to the gunsmith, the movement, all sorts of stuff like that. Well, it just so happens that recently it surfaced that there are two new sort of secret gameplay updates, or secret updates just in general, if you will, that are gonna have a pretty serious impact on gameplay, hopefully for the better. This should make the experience not just for MW2, but also especially for Warzone 2 and even DMZ a lot better for just the general player base. What we're talking about is sort of some extra preventative measures for cheating, and then also sort of a secret update to the anti-cheat as well. So you might have noticed this initially first, or at least the first part of this, with the MW2 beta when you went to log on for the first time, and it made you add a phone number to your account. Battle.net and Activision basically posted a brand new blog talking about this new sort of security measure that they're adding to a bunch of their new games. They say essentially all Battle.net accounts now are going to require phone numbers. This will unlock your Battle.net account. You can, remove a lost authenticator. You can recover your name, approve a password reset, all sorts of stuff like this because of this. This is going to be required to access certain games. They say Modern Warfare 2, newly created Overwatch 2 accounts, and newly created Modern Warfare accounts require a phone number. So if you're like me, you've been playing Warzone, MW 2019, Cold War, Vanguard just fine for the past couple of years without a phone number on your account. You're able to get into the game, play it just fine as normal. And then you went to play the MW2 beta and it wouldn't let you log on until you added a phone number to your account. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I already had one on my account. Guess I didn't. I went through, added it, and I was good to go. So this is going to essentially stop players from constantly creating new free accounts and cheating on them, which is what they do. One account gets banned. Oh, they take 5 minutes, create a new one, spoof an email. You're good to go. You can continue cheating like an absolute nerd. Now, some of you might say, well, we know how easy it is to create just a fake phone number, right? It costs like $2. Some places you can probably get it for free, and you can just, add that fake number onto your account, get the login once, and you can continue cheating. Well, they're actually going to try and prevent this as well, although this is where things get tricky because it might impact some regular users as well. In this new post from Battle.net and Activision, they say eligibility and limitations. Battle.net phone notifications are designed for text-enabled mobile phones. So messaging apps like iMessage and WhatsApp are not going to be supported, so you can't use a number off of that. Also, mobile phones with prepaid plans may not work with the phone activation service. So this is the big one that might actually impact general players. If you're using a prepaid plan, I'm not sure what carriers offer those. I'm not super familiar with that stuff, but it's a possibility. It won't necessarily happen every time, but it also won't work every time if you have one of these. There's a possibility that it might block you from the game and creating an account if you're on one of those prepaid plans. So that's definitely something to, take note of now. They also say phone notifications cannot be used with VoIP and VoIP numbers that are transferred to a local provider. Those are not eligible for the service, and only one phone number can be attached per Battle.net account. So this, for the most part, is going to make it a lot harder for cheaters to consistently make new accounts over and over and over and over again, like they've been doing for the past, several years on MW 2019 and Warzone 2. At the same time, for those prepaid plan users, you could potentially be impacted by this as well. So sort of a double-edged sword, if you will. But that's only the first sort of secret update that's going on with MW2 that's going to ideally help stop cheaters more. The second one is a lot bigger potentially because it's something that Activision and Blizzard are already working with, and likely we're going to see it added into MW2 here in Ricochet at some point in the near future. Before we go through and break this down though, just a reminder, if you are new to the channel, every single day I got you covered with news, updates, class setups, tips, everything going on in COD. You're gonna find it right here as soon as it happens. So if you want to guarantee you're always up to date, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join us on the road to 1 million. And if you guys enjoy this video, a like rating does seriously help the channel grow. See if we can go for 1,500 likes on this one. So this second update here, which personally I think, like I said, is the bigger one of the two, is stemming from Maverick over on Twitter. Maverick's always talking about cool new updates sort of behind the scenes, some lesser known stuff, and he ended up tweeting out the other day saying anti-cheat news. The anti-tamper tool most recently seen in Apex and Fortnite, called Bifron Hyperion, was added to Overwatch 2. Of course, Overwatch 2 just dropped a few days back. A surprising break from the reliance of in-house anti-cheat tools seen from Activision Blizzard. Now that the relationship is there, maybe we see it in MW2. And frankly, I'd say it's more likely than not, because if it's working in Overwatch 2, we all know that Warzone has like the biggest problem with cheaters. I would fully expect them to translate that over into MW2 and Warzone 2's version of Ricochet. Now, Maverick does follow up and say, for the record, Hyperion is not a standalone anti-cheat. It's a tool meant to make cheat development and updates more annoying, especially for the worst developers, which take up a large portion of the market. It's not a silver bullet solution, but it's another step. So the main focus here, in my opinion, is the fact that this is used already in Apex Legends and Fortnite, which, yes, each of those games have issues with cheaters, but not nearly to the extent of Warzone and what it's gone through pretty much ever since launch, with the constant cheating issues. And while Ricochet does a job to a certain extent blocking some cheats, we all know it is very far from perfect. So if this were to be added in as another preventative measure, again, not a surefire solution to stop 100% of cheating, because that's basically an impossible task, but something that creates an extra step and an extra layer of security, that in and of itself should help reduce the overall number of cheaters in the game. And then when you go through and you combine both of these two new secret updates, the potential addition of Bifron Hyperion, which is a name that I just love saying, honestly, and then also the added security measures with guaranteed, confirmed phone numbers, that does actually make a larger impact in game when it comes to the sheer amount of cheaters. Now, will people end up bypassing both of those because they have nothing better to do in life than cheat in video games? Most likely, but it is a step towards, the end goal here of absolutely limiting the amount of cheaters to the smallest number possible. Now, we do know that come day one for MW2 and then Warzone 2 and DMZ on November 16th, we're going to have Ricochet anti-cheat live. They don't talk too much about the updates that they make to Ricochet, simply for the purpose of not letting cheat developers know what they've updated. But with the new generation of COD dropping here, with the new engine update and everything going on, I'd fully expect to see some significant updates to Ricochet itself as well, to hopefully also counteract cheaters and hackers as well. But that being said, I'd say it's certainly good news that they are trying to ramp up and add in extra steps of security to ideally block as many cheaters as possible. Like I said, neither of these are going to eliminate 100% of cheating, but it's a step towards that end goal there. That's going to wrap things up for this one, though. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you are new to the channel, every single day I got you covered with all things going on in Call of Duty. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. Join us on the road to 1 million subscribers. And as always, if you want to check out any of my partners, you can use code IMMORTAL on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. And the links for all those can be found down below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.